So your aunt and uncle released a statement in reaction to this documentary.
Oh, I have seen that. I
Okay.
have seen that. Yes, I have seen that.
What was your reaction?
Honestly, I felt that it was very gaslighting. I feel like in that moment, they could have been humble and they could have said, like, you know, we're sorry for the victims, and they could have done that, but instead they didn't. They didn't. And that's really, really sad that they're still protecting a pedophile. It's very sad.
You know, they call this documentary derogatory. They call it sensationalized. Do you think that they took the time to watch the documentary?
I have no idea if they did or if they didn't. But like I said, it was very gaslighting, and it doesn't show any support for the actual victims. And that is what the documentary is all about.
Did you see your cousins being punished with rods?
And they called it encouragement. They literally said, you need to come into the room and we need to give you some encouragement.
It really is. Their stories shine through, and it just shows like how much they've come through. You know, they've been through hell and back. They really have. And so much control and just a lot of fear that comes with IBLP. And so it's so eye-opening, and it's so impactful to hear their stories and to know that there's like always hope.
Your aunt and uncle say in their statement that they think that things should be repaired privately. And you are a very public person. Obviously, this documentary is being released to the public. Why do you think it's important to do this in front of the scenes?
I think when you do something in a private setting, like they said in their statement, that is when things get swept under the rug. That's when lies happen. That's when you can kind of cover up, oh, it's not that bad, you know, that kind of thing. And no, it is. IBLP is damaging, and what you say and your actions, they need to match. Your words and actions need to match. And when they don't, people are going to call you out on it. You know, I'm not trying to bash my family. I still love them. You know, I miss the girls. I miss the boys. I miss my cousins, and I miss, you know, the family moments we had that were quality time. But I have to protect my family. I have to protect my son. I have to protect my peace, because this is completely evil.
It is heartbreaking to hear that, Amy, because they say in their statement that they have love for everybody in the family. You just told me you have love for everybody in the family. Mm-hmm. Where do all the relationships stand today?
I have really made some healthy boundaries in my life, and as of right now, there's not many that I am in contact with. I'm not going to interact with someone who doesn't protect children.
Okay, so you are not in contact with your aunt and uncle?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No.
Is there a message that you would want to send to them at this point?
I think, honestly, if you're not going to protect your children, I have to protect mine, you know, and you, yeah, it's just a sticky situation, and it's very sad. And I hope their eyes can be open to the truth of what IBLP is, and just honestly how severe it is, and how damaging it is, and how it's destroyed families, and it silences women. And it, you know, if anything is sensationalized, it's IBLP. It's not the fact that things are coming to light. This is a complete God thing, and it's perfect timing for all these victims to come forth to tell their story. And that's truly what, you know, the documentary is about.
So maybe your message is, I hope you watch the documentary.
I hope you watch it for what it is, for sure. Yeah. I hope you see that you don't have to control. No one needs a thumb over them. You know, it's sad, really, truly is.
Are you in touch with people like Jill, who participated in the documentary? And I know Ginger just wrote a book.
Yes. Ginge, I love Ginge. Jill and I are very close as well. And I'm so proud of them for the strength that they have to share their stories. You know, they are victims. I'm not, but I will be their cheerleader for life as long as they're, you know, getting the help and they're being healthy for their families as well. You know, you got to cut out those generational curses. And I feel like they're doing such a great job of just of just being who they're supposed to be.
Yes, we were taken advantage of. So I don't like talking about it.
You know, I watched this documentary and my heart really shattered nearly every time Jill was on screen, because you can just feel her pain through her message. Do you think Jill's participation in this documentary will impact the relationship that she has with her family, or I suppose the lack thereof?
I'm sure it's going to maybe wrinkle even more, the relationship. But at the same time, Jill has to speak her truth. Jill has to tell her story. We're tired of the lies. And I think at this point, everyone in the IBLP, everything was covered up. Everything was covered up. And so we're tired of it. We're going to expose that truth, because that's what we're supposed to do. It's got to make the world a better place. And it's when cults get exposed like this, that's really what it's about. So
wow. You use the word cult to describe it.
I do. Yes, ma'am.
How do you think the Duggar family will feel when they see Jill's participation in this documentary?
I just hope their eyes are opened. That's really all I can say. Maybe the kids will start questioning, like, hey, wait a minute, maybe something's a little off, and maybe start questioning. Yeah, and I'm here. I'm here whenever that happens.
We have you as very outspoken. Jill is very outspoken. Ginger is very outspoken.
We get along great.
we're seeing a pattern amongst some of the ladies in the family that they're finding the courage to use their voice and speak out. Do you think more of the Duggar family members will continue to defect from the IBLP?
I hope so. I truly do. I do think there's an opportunity there. We're being loud, and we're not going to silence ourselves to just make everything comfortable, right? We want the world to know, like, just how evil it truly is. And so I think if they get a chance to see it, they might have to go to a library. I don't know. But if they do get to see it, I think it will start having them question a lot.
In the 4 parts of this documentary, a huge theme is the abuse that you uncover and really dive deep into. We learn a lot about the IBLP and how it covered up a lot of what Josh was doing behind the scenes. When did you first learn about the horrific misconduct on his part?
So I found out just like the rest of the world. It was right before my wedding, and his first scandal of Ashley Madison came out, and I was like, I'm gonna need a glass of wine. What just took place?
The total shock.
Total shock. I mean, completely. And the thing is that even the most horrific, lowest of low you could possibly look at and do. I was texting him 2 weeks before he was arrested. We sent memes to each other. We were in contact. We would laugh together. We had a lot of inside jokes, like I was saying, and it's just really sad of how you can live such a double, scary, evil life, and you're fine with it. You can have kids and a family and smile for the cameras and look so good and shiny, like the documentary says, and then have such an evil double life.
Do you think that there is more abuse that is going to come to light?
Honestly, I hate to say this, but probably, because in the IBLP, you're not allowed to get actual healing. You're not allowed to go to therapy. It is frowned upon. I had no idea. My mom didn't know. I didn't know. And if we would have known, we would have gone straight to the police. We would have gotten them help. We would have, obviously removed them from the home as much as we could. We would have done whatever we could have done to get them the help and the resources they needed. And to start that healing process a long time ago. And it just breaks my heart that it had to be such a long time before all of this has come to light.
When was the last time you spoke with Josh?
2 weeks before he was arrested. I said, Josh, I'm so glad that we're to a place where you're a lot healthier than you were, and that
you thought
getting
progress had been made.
I thought progress was being made. I truly did. And again, he had all of us fooled, not just the world and media, but his own flesh and blood, his own family.
We know that he is now serving time behind bars, and he will be behind bars, I think, until 2032. Do you know anything about his life in prison? Is there any contact with you and with Anna or his family or with him?
I have no idea. And I'm going to keep that healthy boundary there. The
That's how
fence
you
is
want it to
high.
be. Have you tried to be a support system for Anna or their children?
I've tried. I have sent her emails. I've sent calls. I have left voicemails. I have put it on Instagram. Hey, Anna, love you. Help. I'm right here. I've tried to reach out to her, and I don't know if someone's monitoring her phone because of that control. And I don't know. And it might take a little bit for her to comprehend all of this trauma. It's trauma at this point. It's disgusting, and it's so sad and so heartbreaking. So I don't know where she is mentally, and I don't know if she's getting help, and I don't know if she's getting therapy, but I can't help someone who doesn't want help. And that is the sad realization that I had to come to, that I'm here. I've reached out. I've said there's bunk beds for your kids. We've got room. We can help and provide, and you can be safe and in a loving home.
So you've tried and you've had only radio silence.
Radio silence.
Okay. That the day will come where he is released from prison. How do you think Josh will be welcomed back, if at all? Do you think the IBLP will embrace him? Do you think Anna will embrace him?
I hope to God they don't embrace that. I hope that I don't know. At this point, I think he just deserves to be on an island, just far, far, far away from any beautiful child that he could hurt. It's crippling to me. Like I just freeze up because it's just so wrong and so evil. So I hope he just gets sent to an island immediately. We got a place for you right over there.
Is retaliation at all a fear of yours, that the family or the IBLP could do something, drastic in reaction to this explosive documentary?
I'm not afraid anymore. I've gotten to the place where I'm like, okay, God goes before me, and I am going to speak up for those that can't speak. And I'm not afraid of anything. I'm really not.
You have been so outspoken throughout the years. What is next for you as you continue to share this story?
So there are a couple of agencies, large publishing agencies, that have reached out to me. And I'm just like, okay, I don't know what this looks like yet, but there is a story there that people don't know. And I've dealt with a lot of narcissistic people in my life. And I don't know, there might be a book in the future. We'll see.